Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. I would like to welcome you all to Rangpur Online School again, and I strongly hope to the Almighty Creator that all the followers of Rangpur Online School and the students who follow Rangpur Online Schools all are hale and hearty at home, and I strongly hope that you all are staying at home and you all are in safe and sound position. So thank you, dear students. Those who are following Rangpur Online School and College, only Rangpur Online Schools, I have a target to give you some techniques on some grammatical items, and my target is my focusing students is only the class 9 and 10 students, and who are going to take part in the SSC examination. So dear students, in my last classes for network problems, I could not conduct the class very well. My class was disturbed, so I deleted the classes, but I shared my YouTube channels with you. So that was my first part of the lecture on prefixes and suffixes. So dear students, today I will tell you about my second part of my lectures on prefixes and suffixes. So what was in the part 1? In part 1 I told you about prefixes and suffixes. I told you about some techniques. So what are the techniques? I told you that as a students to fill in the blanks in the questions very successfully, we should know about 8 parts of speech. They have 2 types. I told you in one part it was noun, pronouns, verbs and adverbs. It was in my first part of my lectures. And in another part we have pronouns, then we have preposition, then conjunction, and then interjection. Interjections. So dear students, I told you that these 4 parts of speech, and these 4, though we know totally parts of speech are of 8 kinds, but among these 8 kinds of parts of speech, these 4 parts of speech is called vulnerable parts of speech. I told you in my last lectures, and these 4 parts of speech, they are called invulnerable parts of speech. The easy meaning in a word, that means these 4 parts of speech, they can be used as a and as a derivatives also, but these 4 parts of speech can be used only a root word. So these 4 parts of speech, they have no ability to take any, I think I told you, particles, meaning if you don't understand the word is particles, then you will understand easily affixes. That means these 4 parts of speech, they cannot take any affixes or any particles before or after it, because they can be used only as a root word. But these 4 parts of speech can be used as a root word in a sentence, or again it can be a derivatives. That means it can take particles before or after it. And what I told you, that if I use any affixes before these parts of speech, it will be called prefixes, and if we use after the word, then it will be called suffixes. That is prefixes and suffixes. So I told you in details, but what was our target today? And I gave you some techniques. What are the techniques? Because it is not possible for me to memorize all the particles, all the affixes given in the books, because I told you the definition of particles or affixes, that means it's a letter or letters which comes before or after a root word and gives a new idea, but the particles has no meaning of their own. because they have no meaning of their own. As they have no meaning of their own, so how it is possible for a student to memorize hundreds and thousands of affixes? So what should I do? I should learn some techniques by which I can answer in my question paper automatically. So what techniques I told you? I told you that if I use any particles before or after these 4 parts of speech, because I told you these 4 parts of speech are the vulnerable parts of speech. So what will happen? Only 2 things will happen here if I use affixes before or after these 4 words. If I use particles before or after it, the first number things happens here. That means the nouns will be changed into, Nauzubillah, I have made a mistake here. It was adjectives. Sorry. It was adjectives. So if I use any particles before or after the noun, the number 1, this noun will be turned into adjectives or verbs or adverbs. Same as the case if I use particles or affixes before or after these 3 parts of speeches, it may be changed into another parts of speech. That means among these 4 parts of speech, they will be interchanged one after another if I use any particles or affixes before or after it. This is number 1. Number 2, if I use before or after these parts of speech, the affixes, what will happen? If it does not change its parts of speech, it will change into its an antonym. That means, an opposite word. That means if I use any particles before or after the noun, then the word will be an opposite word of the root word. So only the 2 things we must have to remember, that if I use particles or affixes before or after these parts of speech, whether it will be an opposite word of that particular parts of speech, or it will be in other 3 parts of speeches. This was my techniques. So in these techniques, I told you that this technique I have to use in the sentences, then I can understand that whether my technique is fruitful or not. The techniques, if we tell any techniques, we need some proofs. So I will give you the proofs today. The next one. So as a student, as an examinee, what should I do? I should know, I told you, the use of these 4 parts of speeches in the sentences. That means in a sentence, in which places these 4 parts of speech can be used. So we know it. I told you, I gave details in my lecture on clause test with and without clause. That means the which parts of speech can be used in which places in a sentence. So today I am going to show you. So dear students, what is my target today is this is Muhammad Abdul Muttalib, senior teacher English, Police Lines School and College, Rangpur. This is my identity. And we know, as this is my second lecture, we know our topics is prefixes and suffixes. Dear students, so what is our learning outcomes? So in the very first lectures, the identity that identify the definition of suffix and prefixes. It was my first day's lecture. So today what I will do, what I am going to do, so our today's target is to differ suffix and prefix. That means I know as a students of class 9 and 10, you all the students know it, what is the differences between prefixes and suffixes, and it is very easy. I told you the particles which comes before is called prefixes, and the particles which comes after the root word it calls suffixes. This is very easy, and this is not very necessary important for our exam, but this is very important for our examination, because we must have to fill in the blanks in the context. So use suffix and prefix in a sentence. So I am going to show you the techniques, how we can use prefix and suffix, prefixes and suffixes in a sentence very successfully. So dear students, so let us go ahead. So dear student, what I was telling you sometimes before, that means if I use any particles before or after a root word, what happens? So happens here is an example. So you know here this happy is a root word. So I have used an particles, that means if it has used in before, then you can tell, oh sorry, yes, this is an prefix. This is a prefix. So when I have used a prefix, what happens? Happy is an adjective, unhappy is also an adjective, but this unhappy is an opposite word of an happy. So this is number one. And number two, if I use a suffix here, happily, so happily means, so happy is an adjective, but happily is an adverb. So these things I am trying to tell you, these techniques. That means if I use any prefixes and suffixes before or after these root words, so what happen? Whether it will be turned into an opposite word or it will turn into the opposite parts of speech among these four vulnerable parts of speech, what I told you. So dear students, this was like this. If you think that this is a root word, so what is happen? If I use an prefix, so it will be an opposite word of able. The opposite word of able is unable. But here I have used a suffix. The word was an adjective, but after adding this suffix, the word has already been changed into a noun. So this only these two things will happen everywhere. So dear students, as our today's target is to give you the two information, you know, I told you our learning outcomes today is only two, to show you the differences between prefixes and suffixes and to show the uses of prefixes and suffixes in a sentence. So these are the differences between prefixes and suffixes, and I told you this is not very important for the examination or for filling the blanks in the questions. So just I am going rapidly from here because I will show you the uses of sentences. So dear students, here prefix is added before a word and changes its meaning. Suffix is added after a word and changes its form. Here we have some examples of prefix: an, in, im, en. Also, dear students, I told you that like this hundreds and thousands of particles in the books. So how it is possible for a student, because they have no meaning of their own to memorize. So we must have to learn the techniques. So these may be used as suffixes: shun, ety, ly, ne, s, ment, etc., etc. So this I told you this is not very important for me. As a prefix is added directly before the word, and if the last letter of the word is e, t, it is omitted while adding suffixes. So these are the differences. So dear students, now this is our main motto, my main motto, my target is to give you some techniques by which you can be successful in when you are going to take part in the examination hall, when you feel very much hazards, when you fill in the blanks with prefix and suffixes and various types of grammatical items. So dear students, if you have any students online, please try to fill in the blanks here. In the bracket, the root word is given here. So he has no the able to buy a car. Now I am going to tell you the techniques. What I told you that As a student, I have to understand that this gap is for what? This gap is fixed for a noun, because before the gap, how I can understand that the noun should be used here? Many hundreds, we have 5 rules, because in the 5 places the noun can be used only. So before the gap there is an adjective and there is a verb also. So this place is fixed for a noun. So as a student, if I have these techniques, so I will try to make this word, because I know this is an adjective and the place is for a noun. So what I will do? I will try to make this word into a noun, then my answer will be automatically correct. So I know the noun form of able is ability. So then this is ability. So this is the technique, dear students. In the bracket, the root word is an adjective, but I know the gap is for a noun. So as a student, I have understood it, and then I feel it is very easy. So then I will turn the word into noun and my answer will automatically be correct. So in this way, just my target today is, again, Mother Teresa was rewarded for her dash. So this is a possessive, and as a student I know after possessive a noun should be used. So I know this place is for a noun, but again in the root word this is also a noun, but what will happen? Because the place is for a abstract noun, but in the bracket this is an personal noun. So what will happen? If I change this noun into an abstract noun, what will happen? My answer will be right. So I have changed the word and my answer has automatically been correct. So now if I go to the here, we have 2 gaps. Just you try. I am going rapidly because our time is very much limited. I don't know how much time I have already used. So dear student, the dash of his performance. So just try to understand. that the dash of his performance. So this is an article, so the place is fixed for a noun. So but in the bracket this is not noun. So I will change the word into noun, then my answer will be right automatically. Again, is really, this is a be verb, So the object of a be verb should be an adjective. So then I will make the word into adjective, my answer will be automatically correct. So if you have tried, just try to match your answer with it, the perfection, because the noun form of perfect is perfection. So I have tried to detect the place first, then I have changed the word into that particular form, then my answer has already been correct. Again, if I go there, this is, I told you that the place is for an adjective, so I have used here, and the adjective form of wonder is wonderful. My answer has already been correct automatically. I have no need to think whether I have memorized the full or TION or not. In the examination hall. So in the examination hall, I must have some techniques. By using that techniques, I can fill in the blanks very successfully. So thank you, dear students. If I go ahead, so again, so our parents always, this is a subject. So after the subject, I need a verb, but is a noun. So what should I do? Just I will change the word into a verb, then my answer will automatically be correct. So I have no need to memorize in, this, and, able, t, et, n, un, in this way. If you memorized, but you cannot remember in the examination hall. So these techniques we must have to and to do well in the examination. So there again, so what are beautiful What a beautiful means. So this place is for a noun because this is an adjective. So there is an article also. So there is no noun. So this place is fixed for a noun. So if I use the noun form of perform, then my answer will automatically be correct. So here I will not think that which prefix, which suffix, or prefix and suffix both I have to use. I have no need to think about that. Just I will think what is the noun form of perform. Then as a student, if I know the noun form of the perform, then performance, then my answer will be automatically correct in prefixes and suffixes, because we know with the root word what I have used, whether it will be suffixes or it will be prefixes, or it may be both prefix and suffix we can use at a time, no problem. So we have no things that whether I have making any mistakes in using prefixes or suffixes, not. Just if you change the form of the word very successfully, it will be enough. So perhaps I am so dear students, so this was our target of today's lecture. So how I told you that only 4 parts of speech are called vulnerable parts of speech. I told you. So only these 4 parts of speech can take prefixes and suffixes before or after it, and after using these prefixes and suffixes, they may be changed into only 2 ways, whether it will be turned into an opposite word or it will be turned into the opposite parts of speech. This is the target, and today's target was only 2. What are the differences? I told you that differences are not very important for us for doing well in the examination, because differences is not a matter for us. So our matter is that how we can use the prefixes and suffixes in a sentences very successfully. So I have some documents that as a student, if I can identify the place of these 4 parts of speech in a sentence, then it will be easy for me. How? That means if I can identify the place of that part of speech, that the place is for a noun, but in the bracket the root was is an adjective, what will happen? Just I will change the word into the noun form, then my answer will automatically be correct. Number 2, in the gap, this gap is fixed for an adjective, but in the bracket the root word is also an adjective. So what should I do? Then I will use an opposite word of the root word, then my answer will be automatically be correct. So dear students, I have to take another more classes on prefixes and suffixes. So the students of class 9 and 10 especially, because you know my class, my lecture, my target, my focus is only for the students of class 9 and 10, and so as you are going to take part in the SSC examination in the coming year, so in my last lecture, in my last part of these lectures, I will show you the proof in the context, because you know our question will be in contextual. So in the context, how we will use them very successfully. In my next class, I will show you the context, and in the context we will try to fill in the blanks. So how I can fill in the blanks very successfully, I will try my best to show you, and I will finish my lectures on prefixes and suffixes. So dear students who follow the Rangpur Online School and College, I have a notice for them that when I will finish my lectures on the grammatical rules, then I will try to do some exercises for the SSC examination for you. So when I will finish my lectures on the grammatical points, then I will go to the exercises so that you can do well in the examination. So thank you very much. I pray to the Almighty Allah for your safety staying at your home. So may Allah bless you all. Allah Hafiz. Thank you very much. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.